Busy is a drug, but let's go deeper than that. Being busy or having busyness in your life, that's the actual drug. It gives men like a hit of importance, like a hit of validation, a hit of feeling needed. You know, their phone's buzzing all the time, emails are coming in, they're solving problems. But that just makes that man feel relevant. But relevance is not the same as predicting and creating results in our lives. Most men would rather feel important today than build freedom for tomorrow. And let me explain that to you.
Yo, Big D in the house, baby. Relentless execution, you already know. This is for the dream chasers, the grinders, the doers. Let's get it. Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up, now they all know the name. Big D.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Big D Podcast. This is episode number 68. Today we're going to talk about why most men are always busy, but they're never winning. Welcome back to the Big D Podcast. I'm your host, Dan Sikowski, and on this podcast, we're built on three things that actually matter: wealth, freedom, and relentless execution. Because wealth, what that does is it gives you leverage. Freedom gives you choices, and execution is what separates men who talk from men who build. So this episode is called The Cost of Comfort. Before we get into it, I want to recognize the brands and organizations that support us here at the Big D Podcast and those who we support. First of which is Ability Tree. Ability Tree supports families who have children that are impacted by disabilities, families that are carrying real responsibility, real pressure, real weight. This is not marketing. This is a purpose. We've partnered up with them because we truly believe what they're doing is beneficial and it's helping tons and tons of family, especially with all the things that they have to go through. So go support them at abilitytree.org and follow them on Instagram at abilitytree. And I really appreciate it. This is our foundation of choice and they're very, very close to our heart. Also, we want to thank a few of our sponsors here at the Big D Podcast. First is Wabam. Wabam is a company that has products that take care of detailing, whether it's your car, your boat, your motorcycle, whatever it is. We're a big promoter of products that actually work, number one, and number two, products that we believe in. We've partnered up with these guys, and we do some shows in the upcoming future with them here in 2026 that you'll be able to see, and we'll also talk about where we're going to be with these guys. But they've got tons of products in the market, and we're all about promoting things that work, like I said. And a few of their products I have here. So this is Whiplash. This is their next generation detailer. I've got a line of products here on the desk. We've got Shine, an amazing product. It's not like those other products out there. I've got their air freshener here. I got their quick ceramic coat over here, their interior cleaning product over here. Every single one of their products I've used, I trust, and I don't think that there's anything else out there. So go check out getwabam.com and use code BIGD10 for a discount. Also, Proud Father Apparel. Proud Father have been with us nearly from the beginning of our podcast. They literally have a mission for men who go out there and do what they have to do, but they're still fathers. They still show up, come home for the reason why they go out there and work hard. They show up as fathers. They don't show up as tired. And real men making real decisions and raising children the right way. So go check out proudfatherapparel.com and use code BIGD15. Support the brands that support us. We support their discipline, their leadership, and their legacy because they support ours as well. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk about busy. So to me, busy is a drug, but let's go deeper than that. Being busy or having busyness in your life, that's the actual drug. It gives men like a hit of importance, like a hit of validation, a hit of feeling needed. Their phone's buzzing all the time, emails are coming in, they're solving problems. But that just makes that man feel relevant. But relevance is not the same as predicting and creating results in our lives. Most men would rather feel important today than build freedom for tomorrow. And let me explain that to you. Busy men avoid silence. Meaning, here's something that most men won't admit. They're scared of the silence because silence forces reflection. Silence forces honesty. Silence forces accountability. And when things slow down, the questions get louder. Why am I still here? Why isn't this growing? Why am I exhausted? Why don't I feel fulfilled? Busy keeps those questions quiet. Busy is avoidance. So let's look at like the treadmill versus the terrain. There's a big difference in how you go out there and do your business. Busy men are always on treadmills, sweating, breathing hard, but they're going nowhere. Winning men are on terrain, uneven ground, obstacles, climbing things, and descents that, they didn't know were coming. Less movement, more progress. When you look at that, if you're exhausted but you're still in the same place, you're in that place of less movement, more progress with your treadmill-based life. And treadmills, they don't build destinations. There's no destination. You're not going anywhere. You're complacent. You're in a place where you're staying busy. You're doing the motions, but it's not creating a real result. Busy actually creates fake heroes. Busy men become fake heroes. They solve everything. They jump into every issue. They put out every fire, and they feel very proud of this. But real leaders, they don't save systems. They actually build them. If you're absent because of chaos, then you're not indispensable. You're ineffective, right? Busy men mistake involvement of leadership, but leadership is designed as something that we do and something that we create, not a reaction. So let's mirror the moment for a second. Let me pull you back again. Ask yourself this, no bullshit. If someone cloned you tomorrow and followed your schedule exactly, would they get the same results or would they just be tired? The answer tells you whether you're busy building something or you're just burning time. And I want you to answer that honestly. Busy men, what they do is they actually fear delegation. They don't trust other people. Not because others can't do it, but because it removes their excuses. And if someone else handles it, now what happens is the results become exposed. Busy is a safe place to live. And if you're living in a safe place, it's not a good place to be. Delegation is actually accountability. This is why busy men stay small, because growth removes hiding behind places and hiding behind doors. The goal here as an individual is to go from the operator to the architect of our lives, the operator or the architect of our business. When I was deep in operator mode, I thought that being busy meant I was being valuable. The day I stopped jumping into everything, I realized that things didn't fall apart. And then what really hit me at that point was that my job wasn't to work harder. My job was to think better and use my time wiser. So what happens with operators is operators stay busy, but architects build systems. And architects sleep way better at night because they don't have the constant stress, the constant worry, and the constant weight on their back about what didn't get done or how it didn't get done or what they got to roll into in the morning. Hey guys, quick interruption to the show. We have Joe and Micah here from Ability Tree. Joe, why don't you share with us what you do at Ability Tree?
Hey, yeah, thank you, Dan. So we come alongside families impacted by disability by providing rest, recreation, education, support, and training, basically bringing families impacted by disability out of isolation into community.
Awesome. Hey guys, after this video, you're going to see a link in the caption. Make sure you check out Ability Tree and check out his mission here with Micah. Awesome. So if you're busy, just understand that busy creates short-term thinkers. Busy men live in today. They live right now. They live in the moment. Today's fire, today's problem, today's emergency, whatever that looks like. But winning men, they live in quarters and years. They do what's going to affect the quarter this week, this month, so that they can move forward effectively. What I build here this year affects the next 5 years. Busy men say, hey, what do I got to do right now? Like, what needs to get done right now? While winning men think a little bit different. What do I need to build so I don't have to do this again, or so that I can move past this and my effort is accounted for? So when you look at what you're doing, I think it's important to have your strategic time blocked out weekly. Meaning, A non-negotiable way for you to grow your business, grow your life, and get to a place where you deserve is to have everything completely organized on how you're going to go out there and grow it. Have the plan, then attack the plan. So winning men, they schedule thinking time, right? So not reacting, not answering messages, not solving fires during that time. Phones off, airplane mode, whatever it is. But busy men call this lazy. Winning men call this leadership. If you don't make time to think, or you don't make time to work on you, or make time to do things that are going to actually move the needle in your life, you're always going to be reacting to everything going on around you, and you're going to lose focus on what you're actually trying to build. So busy people actually destroy their families, but they'll never admit this. Let's talk about the real cost of this. Busy men physically are present, but they're mentally gone. Right? They sit at the dinner table, they're answering emails, or on their phone, or texting people. They miss moments just because it's the season. This is our busy season, right? Talk to a lot of accountants, they're super focused and they can't schedule this. You talk to people who are in, certain construction industries. This is our busy season. It's just an excuse for you not to be present. They promise it's going to slow down, but even in the slow season, they're just as busy, freaking out about the busy season, right? Things never change. Busy steals from the people who didn't ask for it. Your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whoever, your husband, your children, whatever. And that regret is going to hit you a lot harder and later in life. Busy men confuse what's called sacrifice with strategy, right? So they think that sacrifice without strategy is just suffering, which is true, right? Busy men glorify suffering. Winning men build systems to eliminate this. Pain is part of the growth, but chaos, that's optional. If you choose chaos in your life, you're doing that. You're allowing that. You're bringing that into your world. If your life requires constant sacrifice with no payoff, then something is totally broken inside your world. And we need to look at that. We just have to see what we have to fix. Well, some guys would say, well, why does this really matter, right? Well, every man I've seen break free from busyness did the same thing. Cut the noise, built structure, delegated sooner, started raising their standards, entered stronger environments. None of them work less at first, but they started working cleaner. They kept themselves in a place where they were busy, but the busy before was keeping them stuck in wherever that zone was. And now this busy was getting them structured and also starting to free up their time. It took time to get out of the mess, but we have to realize how much time it took to get into the mess. So this isn't something that you're just going to practice overnight, do overnight, or start participating overnight. It's something that you have to continually do, progress, 30, 60, 90 days. After 90 days, you're going to start seeing results. You're going to start seeing change. And you're going to start seeing things showing up differently because of what you've done in the last 90 days. So let's go into the remaining of 2026, using our time wisely, not calling ourselves busy, but being unproductive, but creating structures and systems that allow our busy to be most productive, so that the times that matter, we're present, we're showing up. So if you're done being busy and want to build something that actually works, you should become accountable with somebody. You should, get into a mastermind. You should hire a coach. You should, figure out what it is that you need to do to bring into your life that's going to help you get this structured. If you're looking for a mastermind, we just had our first mastermind, 2026, a 7-figure blueprint syndicate. Here in New Jersey it was, and we have our next one here in Florida coming up just sometime in March, and then our next one in New Jersey will be in April, and then I believe our next one in Florida will be in May. You need to join this mastermind. Take a look at my site, bigdmastermind.com. If you take a look at my Instagram, you'll see some highlights from the mastermind. Every single person in that room was excited. The feedback that we got after the event was unbelievable. If you want real pressure, real clarity, and execution applied to your life, then think about hiring a coach. If that coach isn't me, that's fine, but find somebody who's good for you, somebody who's going to scale you, help you. But remember, when you're looking for a coach, look for someone who's going to not only teach you, but they're going to train you, meaning teaching you something is like going to college and learning from a professor, right, that doesn't profess. So learning something out of a textbook or someone giving you some information is great, but it's never going to teach you. Go after a coach or someone who's actually going to get into troubled waters with you, jump into trenches with you, someone who has been through it that can actually teach you how to do it, not just someone who's professing to you. If you're looking for one-on-one coaching, go check out bigdcoaching.com and just realize, guys, that busy isn't respected in rooms. Results are. And I also want to say, hey, if you're not following us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, go ahead and do so. 70% of you guys who watch what we're doing here and support the mission, you're not subscribed, so you're not sharing, you're not following, you're not commenting, so other people aren't getting involved. The only way that we can share this message, and we've shared this message over the past year, is because of people like you who've been able to share the podcast, send it to other people, and whatever that looked like. And we really appreciate you. But if you can just comment, like, and subscribe, it'll just really help boost our algorithm and get this message out to more people. I want to bring it back to the sponsors and the people who we support, who support our mission. Ability Tree, you guys saw a little drip here in the video. Families carrying real responsibility every day. Go check them out. AbilityTree.org or @AbilityTree on Instagram. Also, Wabam, Get Wabam. Go check them out. Use code BIGD10 for a discount. And Proud Father Apparel. Go check those guys out. Use code BIGD15 for a discount. All their information will be dropped here in the caption. Support the brands and support the mission. Super, super important for us. And guys, I just want to close with something. I just want you to realize that busy feels productive. It will always feel productive because it's sucking in your time. But winning actually feels calm. So I'm going to state a point in my life. I was talking to somebody just a few weeks back, and they're like, what is life like being a business coach? I'm like, my life is actually very calm. I watch, prepare, and are involved with the transformation of others, but I don't have any stress. And the reason why I don't have any stress is because everything outside of my lane and what I do is being taken care of on the outside. And I know that my singularity of focus is to show up and help people get a result. And that's simply all I do. And then the messages I get and everything that I get, just showing that it's happening. The validation is worth everything. And it makes me feel so good, so calm, and I have no worry. But busy people are out there, they're just being loud. But I'm quiet about what I do. When you're winning, everything's quiet around you. You're good, you're calm, you're settled. Busy burns people out. I was busy for many years of my life. And I was busy making excuses. I was busy telling people I was busy. But it's all about the value you bring to the hour, and it's about the result you get in the hour. It's not about the time spent. Execution builds freedom. So guys, this is the Big D Podcast. Wealth, freedom, relentless execution. Stop being busy and start building. I'll see you next time.
Yo, Big D in the house, baby. Relentless execution, you already know. This is for the dream chasers, the grinders, the doers. Let's get it. Relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground up, now they all know the name. Big D. Started from the bottom, had a vision so clear. Building empires from the sweat and the tears. Serial entrepreneur, that's the brand I wear. In the game for the long haul, I'm always prepared. From the business to the podcast, always making moves. Every step calculated, never losing the groove. Study the greats, now I'm making my own rules. Success in my blood, ain't no way I'll lose. I got systems, got strategies, laid out the plan. Built a dynamic lifestyle, that's the Big D brand. Raised a family on vision, now I take a stand. Roadmap to success, it's in the palm of my hand. We're relentless execution, we don't ever stop. Climbing to the top, we rise like a rocket. Big D's the name, yeah, I'm running the game. From the ground